you know, I step out of the way. Let them go by, then they go back over here, at least as I'm setting the drawing up. At least as I'm laying things out. And then, you know, if I really want to get absorbed in the drawing a little bit more, I can move to a slightly safer place. But the structure of my drawing is the more compelling point of view. That's a more active approach, just again, before you even put the pencil to paper.
This is live from Brehm. He's doing a practice and demonstration about precisely and sketching.
Find an appropriate subject. The main variables, though, in terms of sketching, in terms of planning a drawing, when you're going to selecting a subject, have to do with time, right? How much time do I have to draw? And I would argue that it's usually a mistake to give yourself all the time in the world to make a drawing. It's rare that I've ever had the experience where I just keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and the drawing ever really improves after a certain point, or at the very least, it's diminishing returns. I do the most kind of compelling work in the first, I don't know, depending on the medium, you know, early on. And then if I fuss with it for a long time, I'm not generally improving. Okay? So time is one factor, one variable. The other variables are scope. With scope, I'm talking about how much of something do I want to take on. So if you all just look over your shoulder and look up behind you, what I'm looking at here, that's a very complex bunch of stuff. There's this sort of classical facade, that more Baroque facade, that Gothic facade, all three of these things, and they're at funny angles, and there's a ton of detail up there, but there's this interesting tower, etc. There's a lot going on, not to mention the stair and the baluster. If I tried to take all of that on, then that's not a variable anymore. The scope is what it is, so I have to adjust other variables, namely time, and the third variable is the size of the drawing. So when I ask you how big should I make this drawing, that should be related to time. So if time is the fixed variable, if you only have 5 minutes, then the scope of what you take on and the size of the drawing need to adjust to that time. Right?
Right.
So if I can adjust the scope and say, I'm only going to focus on that bell tower, then I can maybe accomplish more in less time. If I do that and I say, I'm only going to make that drawing of that bell tower this big, even better, in less time. So think of all of these things as directly related to that. If I change one, then others need to change. If one is fixed, then the others have to respond to it. Okay? I found that to be an enormously valuable thing in terms of leading to satisfying drawing experiences. In other words, not getting frustrated. Number one thing I find in my students is they take on too much, they make the drawing too large, they run out of time, and they are frustrated because of that. So usually it's a matter of training them to draw smaller, to be focused on the amount of time, and to be careful about how much they're taking on at once. Okay? The other corollary that's happening there is as the drawing gets smaller, you can't fit detail into it. So detail came up a couple of times. It's only when you draw really large that detail becomes a relevant factor. But if you're shrinking things down and you're doing it quickly, then detail goes out the window and you're thinking more in terms of broad shapes. Okay? So these are some things that you can do yourself to control a tendency that you might have to do too much detail, or to whatever, right? So that's kind of step one to me. Before I even put pencil to paper,
So that was most of the basics of practice and process of sketching and with Matthew Brehm. Enjoy it. Stay tuned.